Hello, 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 my beautiful girlfriend. I hope you're doing well today. Today we're going to do another episode of the Long Dark Tours. I think I'm going to take us up to Mountain Town, and we'll have to be careful because there can be a moose blocking our way there. But we're going to try to go up to Mountain Town today, and then maybe into Hush River Valley. And this should be an exciting episode because I actually am really bad at the Hush River Valley map. I don't know it very well. And I'm trying to do this without looking at maps because I have to use my phone for the webcam, so you can see my face. So, it'll be a little bit tricky. I think I can maybe get us to the Signal Fire, and I can probably get us to Monolith Lake. But we'll just have to see. We'll just have to see where the episode takes us. And maybe we'll get into a little bit of danger here, not knowing the map very well. But I also want to learn it, so this will be a good learning experience for me. I'll also take you to Mountain Town before that, and we'll look at my base, and we'll look at one of my favorite interiors, which is the church in Mountain Town. So let's go ahead and get started. We're back in camp office, and I realized last time that I didn't really give much of a proper tour here. I feel like my audio is a little bit loud. I hope you can hear me okay, because I really didn't linger too well. So we're just gonna check out the space a little bit more. We've got this corner here, and the Canada flag up here, and then I think you saw the bedroom okay. I'm gonna collect, because we're going to Mountain Town, I don't know how much cured meat I have in there, and I definitely will want more supplies than usual because I could get lost. We're gonna take 3 of these, we're gonna take 4 of these, so that will sustain me for a while. I know I have moose steak in the Monolith Lake Cave, but I don't 100% know what's going on there. I also might try to map a little bit more of Hush River Valley, just so I have the map for when I'm lost for next time. And actually, now that I'm thinking about it, in that case, I want to grab some charcoal before I leave. What time is it, and should I sleep first also? Let's see. It is midday, so I don't really want to sleep. I will have to eventually because there's some rope climbs in Mountain Town. Now, where do I think I have my charcoal? Here. Okay, let's take 12. And what can I drop? The hatchet I might need actually for HRV because there's bushes that can block your way. I can drop this. I can definitely drop this. I can drop these two. Okay. And then we'll just naturally get a little bit less heavy as we keep on keeping on. Gonna move this over. So this should really go to Bleak Inlet or Black Rock, but I'll stick it here for now. The spray paint, I have a pile happening over here, and this we can put sort of close to its twin to cure there. A lot of cured maple. The birch, you don't want to cure all the birch because you can make the bushcraft bow with uncured birch. So I have some outside of here not cured, but mostly you want to use the birch for arrows. How's my bow looking? It's okay, it's on 70%, so we should be okay for a while. Then we will leave camp office. What do I want to talk about? I can talk about the game a little bit more. Ooh, I want to talk about, when I was door dashing the other day. I feel like the wind is a little bit loud, so I'm gonna I know you can barely hear the game audio as is, but I want to turn it down just a tiny bit, just in case it's sort of impeding on your ability to hear. Oh, and it's foggy today. That's okay, we're not going through a ton of sites until we get to Mountain Town, but I might sleep in Trapper's Cabin in this case. We'll get our bow out, because there can be a wolf. Oh, I was door dashing the other day. I want to talk about this because I went to this trailer, and they had 1 billion cats. It was kind of awesome. I mean, it's probably not the greatest for the cats, but I was a little bit worried to leave the food on the porch because I'm the cats just could get into this so quickly. But it was sort of, they all looked well fed. They didn't look starved or anything. And it was kind of awesome to be surrounded by 10 cats. I got out of the car and there were a bunch of cats around me. And they were all really cute. Their coats were all really well. I think it was old woman just wanted her Taco Bell, and to hang out with her cats. And hey, ain't no crime. But yeah, I've been trying to I've been getting better offers. So I think I'm gonna dip down below platinum status because I just don't want to accept every bad offer that comes my way. But I've been making a little bit more money and saving a little bit more money on gas recently by declining offers and getting slightly better offers and all that good stuff. So I think I see the wolf up here. That could just be the railroad tracks. I'm not sure. It looks like it's moving to me. That's definitely the wolf. Okay, so in that case, we're going to try to go around a little bit because I don't really want to deal with him. But we are in Mystery Lake right now. We're headed to the other popular safe house location in this region, Trapper's Cabin. Though, since safe house customization has come around, it has since become a little bit less of a desired base. Which firewood do I have? Oh, I should have dropped that birch bark off too. But c'est la vie. I have enough. I don't have a ton, but I have enough to survive a emergency. Okay, we're just gonna keep on keeping on to Trapper's Cabin. Any other good stories? Let's see, make a little bit more money on DoorDash. I've not started the utilities for our new apartment. But my parents were gone this weekend, so hopefully, and they're gone tonight too, like they both have different things. So hopefully tomorrow I can talk to them like, how do I actually get utilities? What's up with that? And see if I can get that set up. And maybe talk to the previous tenants about what they have. And if we could just carry on those contracts. I don't really know how it works, but I know my parents will help me. Okay, what else? Any other stories, or should I just keep commenting on this game as I play it? I told you the pepper spray story. I told you getting into the car and like tasting chemicals and being like, my car is broken, and we were actually just getting pepper sprayed by my friend, who you know, but I internet forever and everything, so I don't really want to say her name. So that was kind of the funny story. I feel like we talk so often, there's not a ton of stuff that I haven't told you. I've mostly just been hanging here, playing video games, reading fan fiction, like, sort of becoming the worst version of myself. Oh, the gummy bear is back. The bear of gummies, the little glass bear I had with our, you know what I'm talking about. I have since refilled her, and I think that'll help me remember to bring it to our new apartment, because I just think the gummy bear is so funny. So, I got lost here recently, actually, trying to find this spot right here. And I totally just went around it. I don't know how I didn't find it, but on my other save, I totally dropped the ball. It's a little bit hard navigating Mystery Lake, these parts, because it's so woodsy. They all kind of look the same. So I like to stick to the left side a little bit, because I know where I'm going that way. But even Mystery Lake is one that I have the map memorized to where all the landmarks are, but I still struggle. Like, sometimes I'll go to the wrong lookout tower, because there's two. There's a broken one and a full one, and sometimes when I'm trying to go to the full one, I'll, like, accidentally go up the hill to the broken one. So Mystery Lake can actually be deceptively difficult to navigate sometimes. But this up here, and I don't see the bear or the moose. This up here is the Trapper's Cabin. So it's a nice little secluded cabin here. It's sort of a classic base. This and Camp Office were two of the very, very popular bases when the game was in early access. And here it is, sitting atop this little hill. And we're going to sleep in here, and then we're going to go behind Trapper's Cabin to that cave right over there. And that's going to lead us to Mountain Town. So I think I killed the moose in Mountain Town fairly recently, but he might have respawned by then. In which case, we're going to have to sneak around him or deal with him, because he's kind of right. He's right in the way to the Paradise Meadows farm. But we're going to check out Paradise Meadows farm. We're going to walk through Milton a little bit. We're going to check out the church. And then we're going to take the treacherous journey into Husk River Valley. So this may be a little bit of a longer episode as I just try to navigate where to go in Husk River Valley and all that good stuff. Okay, is there anything in here? No, I've sort of cleared all of this out forever. Yeah, okay. I should probably have some stuff in here, to be honest. Just to have it as sort of a micro base. I wonder if I have any food out here. I didn't see any. I might hunt a deer in that case, but we'll check. Otherwise, we might just use this as a little pip spot. Yeah, I don't see any deer or the bear or the moose down here either. Yeah, well, we'll just have to eat our travel snacks. I'm trying to be a little bit less stingy with them, especially because we're going to Quonset, so I can pick up a bunch and just haul them across the base at the end of this tour. Not like on camera, like once I'm done actually recording. And so we're gonna eat this. We're gonna eat... I like to leave 6 cattails. That's a Zachnafane trick, because if you're doing starvation tactic, which I mentioned with the well-fed and the extra carrying capacity, if you're doing starvation tactic, all you need is 6 cattails per day to survive. So I would have enough time, I would have a day to get out of sort of dire straits. So we're gonna sleep for 8 hours. Actually, I shouldn't have done that. I should not have done that, but that's okay, because we're gonna be walking the night, and it sounds like a blizzard anyway. So we might just wait here for a little bit. Yeah. Don't really want to go out in the blizzard. The blizzard means the moose won't be there, because moose don't spawn in the blizzard. I learned the hard way that timberwolves still spawn in the blizzard, which is so evil. That's actually so evil. That's how I lost my first interloper save that I got to the bow, was in Pleasant Valley. I was in the outbuildings, but I couldn't find the big barn, and the wolves were able to get inside of the little barn that I was in that was, like, open, and I couldn't start a fire because the wind just changed to blow out the fire, and the timberwolves killed me. And used to be there weren't even timberwolves in that region, so I'm still a little bit salty about it, if you can't tell. But we're just gonna pass some time here. I don't think there's anything I can really do while I pass time. I can prepare the birch bark, but I don't necessarily want to do that. Oh, we can make some candles. So the candles is a mod that I installed. I don't have animal fat, actually. We can't go hunting because it's a blizzard. Yeah, I guess we'll just pass time then. Any other things, any other stories I want to tell you, things I want to talk about? I can't think of anything happening in my real life. I've been playing a lot of Cyberpunk. I'm happy to be back on my desktop, because that way I get to play all my games with mods again. And I love my Steam Deck, but you can mod on it. It's just sort of a pain to do. So now I get to play every game modded the way I like to play. So that's been really fun to be back. I've also just been really bored. I've been insanely bored. I've been kind of becoming the worst version of myself, which is, you know, playing video games, getting intoxicated, all of that. Not good stuff, bad stuff. We might go ahead and go, because there's a cave we have to get through anyway. And then a rope climb. Oh, and we have a pretty nice night out. So it looks like the weather might be becoming snowy, but hopefully you can see this okay. I don't think I can turn the brightness up at all. Yeah, I can't turn the brightness up. It's unfortunate. But hopefully you can see okay. We'll see if our lantern works today. It's a bit of a gamble, now that I know about that glitch. Look at the beautiful moon in the sky there. But let's go. We're going to head through this cave. This cave is going to take us to a little winding spot. There's going to be a waterfall there. And then through that, we will get to the mountain town. But, I mean, that's just beautiful. I don't know how because I can see it pretty decently, but YouTube often compresses the video in a way where it's difficult to see when it's dark. So hopefully you can see that okay, but I'm not confident that you can. But we're going to go in here and leave Mystery Lake. Alright, we're going to get through this cave here. I'm really trying to think if I have any other things I want to tell you, my beautiful girlfriend. Especially also because we might call too. And I don't know when you're going to watch this episode. I've been doing them every day. I don't expect you to watch a 1 hour long episode of me playing a video game that is often a little bit slow and boring every day. Like, you got your own stuff to do. This is a whole movie I'm making you watch every day, and it's not even, like, a good movie. But I guess we call for a long time. But you also can't talk to me. Like, back. You can't talk back to me. You can talk to me in the literal sense of, like... like you're allowed, but you cannot respond when I speak, especially as I'm not streaming. I guess I could stream this. I haven't really been cutting it. Sometimes I'll walk to places off camera, but I just wanted to pick up that coal a little bit because we don't have a ton of firewood and I have the space to do it. But we don't 100% need it. And also that means that we'll be able to respawn. Remember, you gotta move the coal. I think that's why there were so many in that one spot. I don't need this, but we are gonna move it. I move it here because there's not a ton. I don't move the ones in the mine anymore. Well, actually I do. There was no use for me to move them in Ash Canyon because I'm just never in Ash Canyon. So you don't need a ton of coal there. But, like, I move it on the transition cave between Pleasant Valley and Coastal Highway because I'm in that cave a lot. And I need a lot of coal at Quonset because that's kind of my main base. So when I want to cook 1 billion fish to get more lamp oil for my lantern, which we might actually end up needing fairly soon because there's a lot of caves in Hush River Valley. I'll see if there's any lamp oil in Mountain Town. I don't think I have any on me, actually. I think it's a little bit of an oversight. Oh, I have some, but only 7 liters is not a lot. But anyway, I like to have a lot of coal in Quonset because I do a lot of big cooking projects and stuff. There. So you need a lot of fire time. Not as big of a deal because in Voyager, so in Interloper, the fire mechanic is that you need to have the fire be hotter than it is outside. So coal heats the fire up by a ton of many degrees at once, especially, so it gets hotter over time. I hear the waterfall. There's the waterfall. In the nighttime here. Such a beautiful game. So you need coal in the fire to actually have the fire be able to heat you up. You don't need it the same way in Voyager because any fire is automatically going to be above 0. So I wish I could I have so many good clothes. Maybe if I take these off, we'll be cold. Yeah, we're cold now. So you can see down here the air temperature is -25. In Interloper, you would need a fire that is more than 25 degrees. And in order to get a fire more than 25 degrees, you would probably need to put a piece of coal on it to make sure that it gets that warm. We're going to put all this on and we should be warm again. Yeah. I put everything on. Yeah. These should be swapped though, low-key. Okay, maybe they can't be. That means this is the inner one. What was I saying? And Voyager doesn't matter because all the fires are automatically always above freezing. But coal is just a good resource because it's not very heavy and it makes the fire last for a while. So it's still handy to have, but it's not quite as essential. But it's still super abundant. I don't know why that's like glowing there. New lighting effect, I guess. But it's super abundant. It's a different waterfall. Let's get a good look at this. And make sure we're not falling off. But the coal is super abundant. And it just makes the fire go a lot longer. So it's a handy resource to have, but it's not as essential is what I'm just trying to say. Not to talk around circles there. We're going to end up going down here, and there's a rope climb over there, but we're going to sleep in the cave. But you can kind of see the dawn just starting to creep in over there. So it is nice that it's such a clear night, because hopefully you can see kind of okay. I guess it depends on how much your phone brightness or screen brightness, whatever you're watching this on, is turned up, and how dark the room you're watching it in is. But I'm going to try to do this tour mostly during the day, though the night sky in this game is beautiful. The blues and the way they do the stars. And I don't know where the moon is, but the moon is always really pretty too. It really is like walking in an oil painting. This was the game in that one class that I didn't pay attention to, that I made the field book for, the field notebook for. And I kind of want to do that again. Maybe I'll actually take my beds today, take my Vyvanse, and do some more sketches in that book. Because there's something so meditative about it. Maybe I'll do it while I'm playing this game just to rack up my days. Because there's a Steam achievement for 1,000 days, which takes literally 5 ever. And we got the Steam achievement for 500 days, which is pretty rare too. But now we are on another 500 days. I don't have as much to do in this save. Like, I think it's going to be a really long time to get up to 1,000 days if I ever do. We're just stopping on this moon here to admire it. But maybe that's a good way to just sort of literally pass time. I could do hibernation, which is like when you pass time a lot and then sleep and then pass time and sleep just to make the day counter go up. But that just is not very fun, you know? That kind of defeats the purpose of the game, in my opinion. And so if I never reach 1,000 days, that's okay. This is not a game I really plan on 100%ing because I don't really play the story mode. Because there is a story mode. But I find, weirdly enough, I find it boring. Because for a game with a story mode, I want it to be more faster paced. I like the freedom that survival mode offers. But, let's see, I'm trying to think. I don't think I'll ever do 1,000 days on here. Maybe I'll get there, maybe one day. I should actually put this back in the back of the cave in case a blizzard hits so I don't die. We're going to try to sleep maybe 3 hours. 3 hours. Because we have a rope climb coming up here. I don't really remember what I was talking about, to be honest. I know I was talking about the day counter. It looks like the day has arrived, so it should be a little bit brighter out here. But we also have fog, which is annoying. The weather is just not being on our side for this tour. Hopefully, mega knock on wood, Hush River Valley should be a little bit clearer. But the snow effect is still pretty. Milton Basin is a fun one to look down on, though. So I may actually wait past a little bit of time. And if the moose is here, we'll hunt the moose. Just to show you what hunting the moose looks like. We also, because this moose is pretty cheesable, so it's not particularly dangerous to hunt. Which is good because I'm still not very good with the bow. But yeah, is that a sapling? No, that's a sign. I'm so sapling pilled now. We're at the part of the game where saplings are like one of the best things you can find still hanging around. Because they are technically a renewable resource because you can find the beachcombing, which I think I explained in the other episode, but it's where you go on the coastal regions and you look around the beach and you see if things have washed ashore. And I'll show you an example of that when we're in Coastal Highway if I remember. So you can find birch saplings and maybe maple too, very rarely while beachcombing, but you have to do it a lot to find them. So they're a little bit of a limited resource, even though there are a ton in the world. I probably have a few left in far territory, actually. I'm not in there quite as much. But we're going to do this rope climb. I'm going to drink my root beer. I put, my mom got this coffee creamer that's low-key really good. I wasn't the one to experiment with this first. She told me about it, but it's really good when you put it in root beer. I think it's like the butter beer, Harry Potter branded, and like, not the biggest Harry Potter fan, right? But, you know. I didn't buy it, my mom did, and it is kind of yummy delicious when you put it in root beer. I know you're root beer's #1 hater. I'm actually gonna stop talking so much because the moose can be here. I don't see any moose markings, but I know my moose spawns here. So that's a little bit weird. I feel like I've lost some of my spawns over time. I don't know if that's true. I think that's a mechanic in Interloper. I don't know if that's a mechanic in Voyager as well. And Interloper is the harder difficulty. We're playing on Voyager. See, I wish you could see down there into Milton Basin, but the snow is pretty heavy. Maybe I'll sleep a little bit in here to sleep off that rope climb and see if the weather clears up. Oh. So these, I thought I heard the moose. Definitely heard something. This right here, this is moose markings. So you see how there's like stuff in the tree? That means there's a moose nearby. Well, that means this is a moose spawn. The moose might not be immediately nearby. I also, like I said, I think I hunted it fairly recently, so he might not have respawned yet. But we've got a hatchet.
Oh, lucky day.
I might bring that. I might bring that to... Oh, I definitely killed the moose because we have a moose hide curing in here, which I'll go ahead and bring to the Paradise Meadows farm on my way. And then some of these guts as well. So we're going to walk a little bit slower. How much slower? Good amount slower. But that just means we'll have more time to look at the tour. We're not too bad, actually. I've definitely been slower. We do want to be a little bit careful here. Because it's at least been 10 days till I killed the moose, because that's how long it takes to cure the hide. I don't want to have a surprise moose run in, especially while I'm heavy. But I'm not seeing him. Or her. Or them. I'm not seeing him. Which is a little disappointing, but there also might be a moose in Hush River Valley that we can hunt. And that's sort of like, I saw someone on Reddit do this, and I loved the idea, so I did it myself. I kind of there's a spot all the way up in the corner of Hush River Valley called Monolith Lake, and it's this nice cave and a beautiful waterfall, and there's a moose spawn right there. And they've said that it's like, oh, that's the Long Dark character's vacation. And so in this game, you play for so long it gets a little boring. You gotta try to do some of the roleplay stuff. So that's what I did as well. I went and I had about a 10-day vacation curing the moose hide in that cave, writing in a real life journal, doing a couple of sketches. So, that's what I was talking about before, is I might do some of the sketches just while the game is running and kind of pretend it's like, oh, it's Astrid in her cabin making a field guide. Astrid is the name of the character. In the story mode, there's two different characters. There's Will and Astrid are the main characters, and when you begin the game, you can choose to play as one or the other. I always play as Astrid. Most of the community plays as Astrid, because Will is actually really annoying when he talks. Like when he moves, like when he's running or when he's tired, he does these grunts that get really obnoxious. And so Astrid is a little bit quieter. She's a little bit less obnoxious to play. Classic dramatic man. Am I right, brothers? Sorry. You should never say something mean about men. I know this channel has one subscriber, and it's you, my beautiful girlfriend. But if there's one thing I learned, is when you're playing a video game, you should never say something mean about men. Because they will find you. And they will get mad about it. Okay, we're coming up on Paradise Meadows Farm here. That way is the way to the town of Milton, which we will go through. But I wanted to show you this base. I don't actually remember what is going on here. I don't know how well established of a base it is. I don't know how much food I have waiting for me here. If you turn the cougar on, which I do not have the cougar on this save, and if you turn the cougar on, it's poor phrasing, but if you have the cougar available to you in your save, it can sometimes spawn here. I think not in its first level of heat. I just don't like the cougar very much. It's kind of a bad animal. The implementation was a little bit poorly done. Okay, it must have been a while since I killed the moose then, if the meat is already ruined. But the implementation is poorly done. Basically, when you kill one, the heat level goes up. So other cougars spawn in the area if you attack or kill a cougar, which means it's like a hydra. Like if you kill one, there's more, but it's a very deadly animal. Like it ends a lot of runs. If you get mauled by it, you get something called severe lacerations, which means you periodically bleed out over 12 hours. So it's really annoying to deal with. It's also really, really dangerous if you're not checking on it. It's unrealistic. The cougar grows back like heads of the hydra. If you wanted to get rid of it, there's no way to get rid of it. So it's just sort of a really annoying animal to play on. Okay, huge. I can fill up my lantern before I go to Hush River Valley. The jerry cans disappear once you use all of them, so you low-key never want to use all of a jerry can. Because then it disappears. I don't think I'll want 7. Okay. Black bear. Let's put the moose hide in the kitchen. Let's straighten this rug, though. Boop. Drop this bad boy, in case I ever need another cured moose hide. Drop these guts. What do I have going on in here? I have a few hatchets, a bunch of knives, a bunch of pry bars. Should have a rifle in here too. I tried to have a rifle in all of my main safe houses. Yeah, there's my rifle. Do I have ammo? Huh. I also tried to have about 10 pieces of ammo, but it seems I did not do that for this save. Honestly, this house could use some work. Okay. It's my little thermos. We've got, should be our first aid stuff in here, yeah. What's going on? We have enough food. We have a billion pots. And then this is our stocked pantry. So we're doing okay on food here, actually. Doing very well. This is classic Voyager stuff. I think I have all my fire stuff in here. Yeah. Don't actually have a ton of matches in this base. But I mean, I have enough to survive for a very long time. This I took from the church, so I guess the church won't have that going on in there. And also, I don't like it there. I want to see if I can put it on the... Can I put it on here? That looks a little ridiculous, but I think it looks a little bit better than it did there. Okay, I've got my teddy bear, I've got my flight jacket. So when I want Astrid to be drippy, she can wear all this stuff. It's a hockey jersey. Put this up here as well. And then put the toque. I'm gonna forget that these are in here, but I don't really need them. This one I might, because this you can break down for cured leather, which is a little bit more difficult to come across than cloth, so I might highlight that these are here, put them on the bed. But I probably, this will probably expire before I ever need them anyway. Alright, how are we doing? We're doing well on daylight, we're not doing the best on sleeping. Let's see what the weather is like outside. If it's pretty bad, we'll go to sleep. It could be clearer. We'll give it an hour, we'll sleep for an hour, see what it does. It's not too bad, like warmth-wise and travel-wise, but the visibility is not the best. And I want us to be able to see the town of Milton. I feel like that took longer than usual. Alright, and let us roll. Yeah, I'm a little bit... Maybe my ammo's somewhere else. Okay, I feel like that... It's still kind of like... mid. But we're gonna head to the town of Milton. We're not gonna tour Grey Mother's house. Grey Mother's a character in the story. I've only ever played about half of the first episode. There's 5 episodes. The 5th one just came out this year. And, like, this game has been out forever, so people were kind of mad, like, when are you gonna finish Wintermute? They did finish it. Survival was actually kind of a happy accident. So survival mode was they were just building the world in order to tell the Wintermute story. But it just kind of took off as its own game. And in my opinion, survival mode is better than story mode. I haven't played the story. I find it a little bit boring. Whereas survival mode, even though there's no objectives, I just feel like it's like... The fact that there's no objectives means I can make my own. And means I don't have to do sort of the boring objectives that they give me. Not to, like, flame it too much. It's a very interesting story. I've, like, watched videos explaining it. But I'm just not as, I don't know. I just think the survival mode is the superior version of this game. But we're coming up on the town of Milton here. You can see that's a burnt schoolhouse. On the top of the hill there. And we can see some houses in this mountain town. That's why it's called that. That's why this region is called that. It's because there's a town on the mountain. And the weather's not very good, so we would have gone over there if it was a clear day to look down into Milton Basin, which is just sort of this big frozen It's probably considered a lake. I don't know. Is it based at a lake? Big frozen lake. There can be a moose down there as well. And sort of this destroyed shack. It's kind of an interesting look, but it's not worth, waiting for it to clear. So that's the Milton Water Tower. This up here is the burned down schoolhouse. You can kind of see that bell. There's a lot of burned down houses, but this is a unique sprite for them. I love that water tower. I just think it really adds to the horizon of this town. We've got now a lot of the houses you can't go in. There are some that you can. In Voyager, there's more that are up that you can, but these are always up. You just can never go in them. So, an interloper, half of the houses, more houses would be destroyed. What's in here? Boots? Worth taking, but not right now. Because those can be harvested for leather. But here's the post office. Is a unique building. We've got a bunch of different houses over there. An interloper, so there's a chance for certain houses to be up and certain houses to be full destroyed. And in interloper, that chance is way higher for the houses to be destroyed. In Voyager, you have a lot more houses that are up. Milton always has a couple of houses up. And it always has, the boarded up houses are always there. You just can never go inside of them. There's the credit union. This is Grey Mother's house. It's a nice house, but it's, I like the farm a little bit better just because of the location. How do I get to the church? I think it's behind this way. Or is it through the town? Oh, no, it's this way. It's this way. It's across this metal bridge. So, this house, for example, you can get in because the door is not boarded up. But we're not going to go inside. They all kind of look the same. They look a lot like Angler's Den. The interior of Angler's Den is smaller, but I feel like is kind of the same vibe as, a lot of the are they up, are they not up kind of houses. Coastal Highway has a lot of those, too, where they're just, they might be up in any given playthrough, they might not be. Okay, I got stuck on something. Also, fun road fact, you go a little bit faster when you walk on the road. There's a good YouTuber called Bashrobe, and he does a lot of the, technical investigations. He's the one that taught me all of the furniture glitches that I use. Oh, the weather's clearing up. But he taught me all of the furniture glitches that I use. You can see the church in the distance. We're coming across there. But he's done a lot of investigation of, how does the cougar actually work? How do bears actually work? How do timber... he does a lot of investigation into, I don't know if he looks at the code of the game or if he just tests a lot. I don't know the wizardry that man does. But I don't remember why I was talking about him. Oh, he was the one that figured out why that the roads actually increase your speed when you walk on them. Because that's something that you kind of feel, but you're don't intellectually know. But they do. You go faster when you're walking on road. Allegedly, that's true for train tracks as well, but I feel like I never feel it. I feel like I never feel faster when I'm walking on train tracks, even though it is the case. There's also a weird glitch where if you go... It's most precise on controller, but if you walk backwards, you actually walk faster. So you have to press the back button and the side button, and you walk faster than if you walk forward. But it's not worth it to me. So this is the Milton Church. This would be a cool base and safe house customization. It's not the most connective, so it's a little bit of a further walk to get to Mystery Lake and everything, but it is just a cool building, and the lighting inside is really nice. So we're gonna check out inside too. It's one of my favorite interiors in the game. Not to be too church lovery, but it's just pretty. It's just pretty because you have all this lighting that comes in. I guess I stole the other banner, but there's normally another banner there. And I also seem to have taken the Bible, which is kind of funny. So we're gonna put a book back there. But yeah, so you just get this stained glass window, this green door. I wish you could move these pews, is the one thing about this building, is I think it would make a great safe house, but I wish you could, open this room up a little bit so that you didn't have weird, little in-rows here, and you could have more space generally around. There can be different colored lights. I'm not seeing that. So, that's the church. There's a different church There's another church in Thompson's Crossing, which we didn't go into. That's where we started this whole series in the community center. And then there's a burned down church that you can kind of get into, but it's half worn down in Desolation Point, which we'll probably go see when we go there. But now we're going to keep on keeping on to Hushed River Valley, which there's a cave. It's a very unassuming cave. It's kind of like, if you don't know Hushed River Valley exists and where it is, you're probably not actually going to really stumble upon it in your first playthrough, because it's just a really unassuming cave attached to Mountain Town. There can be a wolf up here, so we're going to go ahead and get the bow out. And then how much do I have? A good amount of resources going into HRV. I will have to make water, but making water's literally zero deal. Not a big deal at all. We're almost heavy though. We don't have a ton of space left. So I wanted to check for if I wanted to pick up coal or not. So we might not in the cave, because we have a good amount too. We see a little deer here. We're probably gonna scare him as we go along this way. There's also a little trailer coming up. I think it's up there, right near the entrance. Not like right near, but fairly close to the entrance to Hushed River Valley. So some people have that as a safe house. If I was going to have a safe house near here, I would make it the church for the aforementioned beautiful building reasons. But yeah, I just wish you could get rid of those pews, because I think that would be a really, really, really nice safe house otherwise. It's bright in there. You could build a workbench, you could build some furniture. Or at least move the pews. I don't know. Maybe that's for the modders out there. That would be a mod I would download every time. I guess maybe I could try to make it. But I've never made a Long Dark mod. I made mods for Terraria before. And I made mods for Minecraft when I taught it at ID Tech. But I have not yet made a mod for the Long Dark. It's a little bit more of an intense process. I think they now have mod support. Either that or they're trying to add mod support. I kind of forget which. But it's also, I mean, making any mod is a time-consuming process. So that one, I don't know what would be involved in that. I don't know if anyone's done a mod like that before that makes furniture items, I guess, Place Anywhere. I could look at the code of Place Anywhere and see how that has made the... But I don't know if those are considered their own entities, because like it makes sense that a fire barrel would be its own entity. I don't know. Maybe I'll check it out. Probably not though. I feel like I'm a little bit too lazy to be making mods that just remove pews from the church. But it would be a good exercise. Keep up my CS skills. All right, this is the cave here that leads us to Hushed River Valley. So we got to go through that dead tree, and I guess I have a book here. I don't know why I have that. I'm gonna move this to be not at the center so I can take it easier next time, but I've either already read it or I don't need to read it, because once again, skill book, all my skills are level 5. But that one actually gives you a lot of skills towards the rifle skill. A lot of levels towards the rifle skill, because it takes a much longer to read. So most books take about 5 hours to read. That book takes 25. So literally more than a day. Alright. I don't need coal, but we are going to move it. Because having more coal on our way to Hushed River Valley is good, because, aforementioned, I don't know the map very well. And the good thing is our lantern knocking on the most wood seems to be working. So see, this is a case where I have moved the coal, and so more has spawned. So now we're going to have oodles of coal here the next time it respawns. Looks like I'm a little thirsty, so if I run out of thirst, like, that's not a big deal. If I run out of food, then I have to wait 3 more days to get well fed. So when my thirst is low, you're not going to find me like immediately drinking. When my food is low, I'll get on that a little bit faster. And I think that's the exit here too. Maybe I did a circle. No, this is definitely the exit to Hushed River Valley. So this is all the coal I've collected in this cave. I might pick up one of these, just in case I run into some danger. But let's extinguish our lantern here and head into Hushed River Valley. One of the most beautiful regions in the game, just a little bit difficult to navigate. So we're hoping the weather holds. If not, we'll be okay. Like, I know this region has so many caves, so many, like, indoor caves and outdoor caves. Indoor caves are the ones that you have to, like, go through a loading screen for. So it has so many of those that if we just hug a wall, we'll find a cave. But I'm going to try to navigate us up to Monolith Lake. It might be a little difficult. We're going to try to get to Monolith Lake, and then that's all the way. So I can show the map. How much I have it pretty well mapped, actually. So we came in through here. We're going through this way. There's some rope climbs around here, which I guess I don't have mapped. So it's a very vertical region, kind of like Ash Canyon in that way. Seems like I could map more around here. There's 2 indoor regions, so there used to not be. With the DLC, you get the Tales of the Far Territory bunker, so that's that bunker, and there's another prepper cache there. We want to go all the way up to here, which is Monolith Lake. So I don't 100% remember how to get there, but we will find a way. That's why I brought my charcoal, so I can check where I am. But I think it's just that way. So I think if I can get up to where there are 2 different possible locations for the mysterious signal fire, which is this like smoking thing that we should hopefully see soon here. But Hush River Valley is just beautiful. You have so many beautiful waterfalls. There's one that can have a rainbow on it. I don't remember which waterfall that is, so hopefully we run into it. But once again, we might not. I don't know if I got that one in my Hush River Valley Falls collection, black and white photo edition that I had in camp office, because I don't remember seeing that. But it's a beautiful day for this vista here, so we're gonna take a gander and look at all these falls that we see. So where is our signal fire? I forget where it is on this save. I don't see it, so it's probably that one back there. But we've got our falls there. We've got another falls off in the distance there. And we're trying to get to Monolith Lake, which I think is up there. So we're gonna meander. This one is not so much of a tour. There's not really a base for me to show as much. So there's a little bit more dangerous. Yeah, it's a little bit more dangerous. While we have good visibility, it's not quite as bad, because I can see where some of the landmarks are. As soon as it's foggy, I have no idea where I am in this region. So you'll have to bear with me a little bit there. But we're going to go to the southern ice caves first, because I don't know if that actually spits me out where I want to be. Once again, I kind of need a map. But it's cool. And there can be a wolf in there, so you have to be careful. But the ice caves they're just a really cool part of the game. They have sort of bioluminescent vibe to them, so we will hopefully see those. And ideally, so I wish the map in the game was a little bit better. Like, I wish, because obviously if I'm Astrid, I'm gonna map how to get to places, right? And the map doesn't really show you that. Like, it doesn't, like, a lot of these, you can't actually just walk straight there. Like, there's a lot of cliffs you have to get around. It's hard to tell where you can actually cross. So the map isn't super, super good for, it's good for, like, generally where is stuff and where am I right now, but it's not very good for how do I get over there. Is probably how I would describe it. But we're coming down here. Oh, there's the bear. A lot of bears. No, I've not. We've seen one moose. We saw the one moose in Ash Canyon. Moose are rarer than bears, though. In Interloper, you prefer moose meat because you can get something called intestinal parasites from predators. So if you eat wolf meat, or if you eat like a wolf steak or a bear steak, you have a 1% chance of getting intestinal parasites, which you can heal. It's not the biggest heal in the world, but it is just kind of annoying. So when I'm playing custom runs, I'll set it to interloper rules, but I'll turn off timber wolves, cougars, and intestinal parasites when I want to do my more challenging runs. But the thing about custom is you can't earn feats. So feats are little badges that you get. I have most of the feats I want. The other feat I would want is the fire starting one. You have to start 1,000 fires, or maybe it's 500. I think it's 500. But that just takes so long to get. And you don't have to do it in one save. You can do it across multiple saves. But when you play on custom, it doesn't actually count towards your total, which is it's kind of dumb in my opinion. Because you can just play Pilgrim and get it anyway. So if they're worried about, like, cheating, first of all, it's a single-player game, who cares? But then also, like, I don't know, just a pet peeve of mine. So I don't like playing custom because I haven't unlocked that feat yet, and I want every run I do to have some progress to it. Okay, Astrid, we'll give you a drink. We don't have to drink the whole thing, though. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. So I don't like playing like that because I do want to unlock feats. And then we're in this dense forest. I don't 100% know where the cave is. There's an entrance to the Southern Ice Cave somewhere around here. Oh, birch saplings. I should have considered this. I did not consider this. That I would want to bring some saplings back if I find them. So I didn't save a lot of space in my bag, but we'll eventually be drinking a lot of the water and food that we have, which will open up some space. Okay, where were those saplings? See, this is a little bit more gameplay than it is tour. But here they are. And I might leave these uncured. Though I have a lot of uncured saplings too. That's good to know that we have plenty of stuff here to find in Hush River Valley, because it stresses me out to go here because I don't know how to get around. I think the ice cave is around that way. But let's go ahead and look at this little waterfall I'm seeing. So I don't have that one in my black and white waterfall collection, actually. So maybe we add it. You're watching a real artist at work here. There we go. Alright, let's change our film back over to the color one. And I think the cave is over here, but I'm already a little bit lost. But it's a good day to learn. So far, anyway. But I also want to get my bow out because I don't know where all the wildlife spawns are either. I know where the moose is in Monolith Lake. And I know that there's a bear that can wander somewhere around here. And I also know that especially because we just saw it. But I'm pretty sure I don't want to cross this here. I think the cave is back this way. Okay, there's a rope climb here. Interesting. Do I have that ice cave mapped out? It seems I don't have the map of the ice cave. Because these are caves and not cave systems. So that's a little annoying. And if I map, we'll lose time. I don't know what's going on here. I'm definitely a little lost already. And now I'm kind of turned around. Were we just over there? Did we just take a picture of that waterfall? Then how did we get here? Okay, where am I? We are gonna waste a little bit of time mapping here. Okay, we're here. I don't know what way I'm looking, though. Probably towards the Hush River. So I think I want to go this way. I'm not actually 100% sure of that. So I've gone quiet. I'm trying to, like, think. I know I want to be over there. I think there's a way to get over there without having to climb that rope, though. So maybe I need to go around. Is the problem I'm facing right now. Is I need to go across back across this and up and around. High octane action. We're gonna take some of these cattails too. So we're gonna be a little bit heavy, which is fine. Heavy's only really a problem with timber wolves when you're only a couple of pounds over, and we're not even heavy, we're actually just tired. Okay. Alright. Yeah, like I said, I'm sorry I'm going quiet. I'm really just trying to, like, remember the map of Hush River Valley. I just don't know it very well. Oh! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! That's not good. Fuck. This is bad. Shoot the bow! Shoot it! Oh gosh. Oh no! Oh no! And we just lost one of our arrows too. Oh, this is bad. We have to repair all our clothes. This is not good. I might have to actually look up a map. Alright. But first off, we're going to do immediate first aid. We're okay. We're not going to die, I don't think. If I do die, I'll be really, really upset. But we'll be okay. This is just not great. I didn't know the bear could be there. Okay. I know. We're going to start a fire so he can't get us again. Good thing we picked up all that coal, huh? The fire should protect us from another attack. We're going to grab our bow, which, let's add some coal here. Pick our stuff that we dropped, and we need to, we have a high infection risk, so we need to first, where's my inventory? I'm frazzled now. Use this. And then use this. Okay. That was really unfortunate. All of our stuff is healed now. Our clothes are going to be damaged, though. That took a pretty major hit. These will be okay. That took a hit. Yeah, we'll definitely want to repair these and these, because they're unique. You can only get them once. Okay. So now we're in a little bit more dire straits. I heard it. He might bleed out. I don't think so. I think once the bear mauls you, because if you hit it once, he bleeds, and then he eventually dies. I don't think he will, because I think once it mauls you, it like gets reset. I think, unfortunately, that bear will not die. But we might, so we're going to have to be careful here. And the wind has picked up, so the torch could blow out. This has suddenly become the survival game, and not the tour. But maybe that's exciting. Maybe there's some excitement happening. So let's carry the fire with us. We carry the flame. I don't see where he's gone, though, and it's so hard to see him. Okay. Okay. So now we just need to find a cave, because I want to get my health up. Because this region is no joke when it comes to predators, obviously, is what we just learned together. Alright, so we're just going to follow this until we see any cave at all. And try to get our health up a little bit. Okay, I think I know where I am now. I think I can get to the ice cave, which is good, because that's an indoor cave. It's a little bit bad because there can be a wolf in there. So that's not ideal with our current condition, but we should be able to start a fire and sleep next to the fire so the wolf won't attack us. I heard a deer, and I thought it was a moose, but I'm pretty sure it's a deer, but now I'm really on edge. Because if we get attacked by a moose, like, it's over. If we get attacked by a bear a second time, we might lose our gear, and because I think I hear a wolf. Oh. I hear something. I think it's a deer. But I'm not confident. Oh my gosh, that scared the shit out of me. Okay, our torch blew out. Let's get the higher vantage point here. I think the ice cave is around this way, but I don't precisely know where. We'll be okay, I think, but if we get attacked by a bear again and I don't know how to get to a cave, we really rely on being warm, because we'll have to sleep that off, and we need to have a fire while we do it. It's just, this is turning into a little bit of a mess. Hush River Valley is my least favorite place to be in dire straits, because like I said, I just don't know the map well enough to get myself to safety quickly. But I think this way is to the ice cave. I just don't precisely know where it is. I just know it's kind of around here. So I don't know if we need to go left or right here. I'm worried to map too, because something could sneak up on me. Either way, there will be some sort of cave nearby here. The ice cave, it's either up there, and I low-key think it might be. But it could also be here. I was here the other day. I'm trying to, like, rack my brain, remember. But I used a map then, so I just went straight to it. I didn't have to meander. Okay, and we're against the wind this way, which is annoying. That's why we're walking so slowly. Okay. I feel like it's not this way. I feel like it's the other way. I don't think it's this way. I think it's the other way. Okay. I think it's up there. Astrid is not having the best day today. Sorry, girl. There can be a wolf around here, I'm pretty sure. I think we're okay from the bear, though. Okay. Can I get up here? Oh gosh, if I can get up here, it's gonna be a problem too. There's a hollowed out tree, so we can make a fire there at least. Okay, there's a tree. I don't remember having to walk over this tree when I was here last time. Oh, goodness. Goodness. I remember the cave being kind of hard to find too, but I think it was close to that waterfall. Okay. Don't think it's... I shouldn't sprint. I don't have a place to sleep yet. It's just really annoying walking against the wind. Okay, we're gonna go this way. I don't think I have any feats. There's a feat called Wind Walker, which makes it 25% less painful, so you don't walk 25% faster against wind. But I don't have any feats on this save, because I started this save before I had feats, and you can't add a feat once it's started, because you can only have a couple of them per save. Okay, I mean, there should at least be a cave up here, right? Right? Oh my goodness. I really know this map less than I thought, I guess. But, you know, now we're learning. And what a circumstance it is to be learning in. Am I even supposed to be able to be up here? At least it'll be pretty. Like, look at that. That's a beautiful waterfall. Any dev would love to put a cave there, right? Right? I mean, definitely I'm supposed to be going this way, because there's a tree. And this feels like a place. Sapling tells me maybe there's not a cave. Because those are usually out of the way. Alright, there's a deer here. I fully have no idea where I am now, by the way. Oh, there's no cave. Okay, this is why we bring extra food to Ash River Valley every time. Okay. The good news is I think this is the way to Monolith Lake. So even if we never find an ice cave, which would be unfortunate because they're pretty cool, there should be something up here that we can rest in. Also, great, the fog setting in. So now we're going to be in low visibility. And now we're playing the game. Now we are playing the game of the Long Dark, and we are not playing let me show you all the coolest places in the Long Dark. But that waterfall in the mist is still pretty cool, huh? What a great tour this is. Okay, there can be wolves up here, I think. I say like I know this map. I don't know this map at all, obviously. I kind of think I know where I am now. I think going that way is the way to the Signal Fire. One of them. I think actually the one on this save. Which means I was close to the ice cave. I just did not find it. But we'll see if that is the correct assumption or not. Okay, that is a cave. That is definitely a cave. I think that is an ice cave. I don't know if it's the right ice cave, but in this moment, I don't care. in this moment, I sort of just want to be somewhere that's not outside and sleep enough to get my health back. This might not even be an ice cube. This might just be, like, it's not looking like a transition cave at all. Maybe it is. I can't really tell from here. I don't think it is, though. 2 hatchets, right? Okay. What? What? Wow. I got really turned around. Okay, this is the cave we came through. Wow. Really messed that one up. Huh. Well. Okay. Maybe we won't do Hush River Valley. You know, we got a good look at it. We got mauled by a bear. Maybe I don't have to show you the ice caves. I bet I have a good picture of them. Let's see if I have a picture to show you. And then we're going to get out of here and end it. This is Hush River Valley. Let's see. Is this Forlorn Muskeg? Yeah, that's Forlorn Muskeg. This is the trestle. That's Hush River Valley. These are all my pictures that I've taken on this save. More Hush River Valley. More Hush River Valley. That's the signal fire. This is Monolith Lake. So there you go. You saw Monolith Lake. This is the ice cave. So it is really awesome. And I wish I could show you that in person. But I just don't really want to stay in Hush River Valley after this. This is more ice cave. More ice cave. Really awesome. Great location. Most beautiful location in the game. I do not know the map well enough to comment on it while I go around, apparently. Pink Light by Addie. More Hush River Valley. So this is all Hush River Valley. And isn't it beautiful and isn't it awesome? Wow. How fun, how cool, how amazing. Amazing sights you're not going to get to see because I don't want to go back. I'm scared now. But we should heal up most of our health. And this way, you know, you don't have to spend another hour with me in Hush River Valley. So maybe these videos are a little bit boring, but we can get to Quonset faster. Maybe you like them. I don't know. Leave a comment if you think these videos are boring or if you like them. Leave a comment if you thought getting mauled by a bear was exciting or if you did not like that at all. And I will try to avoid it in the future. Okay, see, we healed up a lot of our health. But, whew, that was stressful. That was stressful. Yeah, I only go to Hush River Valley when I have a map accessible. And once again, the map I usually look at on my phone. I'm using my phone as a web camera right now. Or as a face camera right now. So I don't have the map in front of me. And so I don't really want to risk that again without a map until I at least learn the map a little bit better. I don't have much stuff I've built in Hush River Valley anyway, so you're not missing a ton of like things the way I've affected the world. So if you really wanted to see it, you could just watch someone play the map. But that's unfortunate. That was scary. Okay. Well, what an exciting episode. I think I'm going to leave you here because other than that, we would just be walking right back to Mountain Town. And in fact, maybe I'll leave you looking at Hush River Valley. But I think I'm going to leave you here because the rest of the video will just be walking back through Mountain Town. And then we will start again by the dam in Mystery Lake. So for next episode, we're going to be starting by the dam at Mystery Lake. And instead of going through the dam, we're going to keep walking on those railroad tracks into the ravine region, and from the ravine we'll go to Coastal Highway where I will show you Quonset Garage. But that is the end of this episode of The Long Dark. Wasn't it an exciting one? High octane action, not a lot of showing off pretty sights is what I had thought this episode would be, but I'm not willing to risk my 500-day save for this tour, unfortunately, for both of us. But maybe when I learn the map better, I will show it to you, but probably not. Maybe I'll go on a different save in Pilgrim, and I'll spawn here, and then we can go together in that way. But thank you so much for watching. I love you, my beautiful girlfriend, and I will talk to you soon in real life. Mwah.